up? Welcome back to Opposites Attract Podcast. This is Sonia Ramirez, and I am next to my amazing husband,
Miguel Ramirez.
We've been watching When They See Us. When we were watching it, you brought up a situation that happened to you when you were 14.
Yeah, I was the same age as those kids.
And I know that while you were watching it, it took you back.
Yeah. The show When They See Us is about a group of kids in 1989. And the name of the case or whatever, they used to call the boys the Central Park Five. And what it's about is some kids that were 14 to 16 years old. There was 5 of them. And they were accused of rape, of attempted murder, of assault, of a bunch of stuff. It wasn't these 5 kids.
Right.
But in a separate part of the park, because Central Park is big, this lady went for a run, and she was assaulted. She was raped. She was almost killed. She got hit in the head with a branch or whatever. Yeah. Spoiler alert. We should say before we freaking... Yeah. Anyway, sorry. When I was 14 years old, I was walking home from school with 3 of my friends. I think it was 2 or 3, and I get stopped by the police.
And this was in New York.
This was in New York. I get stopped by the police, and they asked me if I had gotten into an altercation. He points to the kid that's in the back seat of his car. I can't really see him, but he said that I had gotten into a fight with that kid, and that he's accusing me of something. I remember going to the precinct, and they had me handcuffed to a pole that's above the bench, and I was there for so long that I remember there was nobody else on the bench. And I was laying down on the bench with my hand dangling from the pole, and I was sleeping. I could sleep through anything. You know that. Can. Even at 14, I could sleep through anything. I could be going to prison, getting ready to be raped. You're gonna have to wake me up to rape me in prison, because I can sleep through just about anything. Gosh. So anyway, it turns out that eventually, so my dad shows up. I guess they got a hold of him. He shows up. And he comes very serious. At this point, I still think it's over a fight. And he tells me, he's like, look, if at any point in your life you needed to tell the truth, you need to tell me the truth right now. He's like, I need to know, did you rob somebody? And I was like, no, I didn't rob anybody. I have no idea what's going on. And I think it was my dad who ended up telling me. He said that the kid pointed you out and said that you robbed him. And it turns out that I think they put a knife to his throat. And
so
it was a serious thing. It was a group of kids. They put a knife to this kid's throat. They robbed him, took his backpack, his money. I think they might have took his shoes or whatever. So I have 0 alibis, except for my friends. But it's not a great alibi because it wasn't at the time that this kid was getting robbed. At that time, I was by myself. So I remember talking to my attorney, and he pretty much told me, he's like, this kid pointed you out. He pointed you out and said you did it, and it doesn't look good. You are going to have to talk to the jury or the judge or whatever, and you're going to have to pretty much plead your case. And he's like, you got to make them feel it. Make them understand. But you gotta, I remember he was saying, they hear this all the time. He's like, so pretty much, prepare yourself because you might go to jail.
I can't imagine. Wow. It's been great.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.